Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. Today is the 26th. I'm working at a Starbucks right now. You'll hear some music, maybe some noise in the background, but it's pretty quiet. I wanted to go over a few things today because there's some recent comments about my cycle patterns and the fact that they've been kind of out of alignment. Well, the cycle pattern research and videos are related to showing you daily charts and weekly charts, trying to give you an idea of what's likely to come based on my Gann cycle. And it's actually Fibonacci, Gann, and Tesla. You guys may know of Fibonacci. You probably heard of Gann. And the Tesla theory is something that I've created on my own. They are typically pretty accurate. They average about 70, 75, 80% accuracy at times. And they do go through periods where they're inaccurate. So you need to understand that if you're following along and you're gaining any information from me, the whole purpose of this is to help you trade. Now, obviously, I don't control the cycles, they are what they are. We're in a trend. I've been telling you every day that we've been in an uptrend. Again, my proprietary systems have been long the market for quite a while. Back over here, get rid of those. We've been long since right here based on my proprietary modeling system. You guys don't get these, but we've been long. Oops, not the 28th, 25th. I have been long right since right there. Look at this. I'll put a great big arrow, and my systems have been persistently long from this point forward. So right here, guys. Now, why don't you get this and why can't I show it to you? Because TradingView does not allow me to show you the proprietary tools that are only available to subscribers. Okay, so I'm stuck. I have to show you what's there. I can talk about things, but I can't really carry on too much and or show you any of this proprietary stuff. So we have been long, 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 all the way up this trend. We've caught essentially from this point forward, roughly somewhere over here to up here. We've got 66, almost 67 points, 12% to the upside, staying long this entire trend. Now, I put this chart together because I wanted to show you the intraday stuff. So you guys are now getting to see some of the proprietary triggers. What I've done is I've marked these as bigger arrows indicating major triggers. So these would be considered major trend reversal triggers. Secondary triggers occur, like I'd marked these bullish ones today and back here, as what are called secondary triggers. These are subsequent triggers that occur within an uptrend, and there were a few through here, through this downtrend. But generally, take a look here, guys. Where'd the chart go? Down here. So take a look at this. I marked it from basically back over here. We had a major reversal trigger right here, major reversal trigger right here. And you can see these are the intraday triggers. This is what you guys are missing. Okay, you're missing this because I can't show it to you uh, based on the restrictions at TradingView. It's very simple. I'm not allowed to, and if I post these up and show them to you, then I think they'll take it away. They may take this video away because I'm talking about them, but I'm not showing them to you. So the idea here is you're missing the bigger picture. So look at this. This is a 5-minute SPY chart. You think we had any trouble trying to catch these trends? Check this out. Using my system, got long over here. We stayed long all the way up to this confirmation trigger right here. 12 points, 2%, multiple entry triggers. We got washed around a little bit here at the end of the day, went long in the morning, lost a little money, then turned right back around, caught this short from basically right here over to here. This was our reversal trigger. We had this low here, 1.75 points. Nice and easy if you're a skilled trader. Now remember, these are the major trend changes. You can trade these however you want using my tools, but obviously, if you're in a short-term trader, you're going to be in and out of these trades fairly quickly, trying to capture your 30, 40, 50% profit. And with 0 or 1 day or 2 day options on the SPY, it's pretty simple. So then we get a reversal trade here. We're now back to the upside at this point. We got a multiple trigger here, multiple, and we're still in the trade. So again, this is 11 and a quarter points plus 1.25. This is plus 44. And again, I'm just showing you from the primary triggers, not all of these secondary triggers. Understand, with 0 day options here, you're talking about 20, 30% here, 20, 30, 40, 50% here, maybe 20, 30% here. Okay, you have the ability to, this whole day here could have been a 200% day. Really, I don't know how to explain it to you much more than that, but could have been a huge day. And here we have, I got to move the chart, 5.18 points and counting, plus 5.18. So now these are, let's do this one too while we're at it. Just copy this, drag it down here, go to the entry, down to here. So that's 1.54 plus 1.54 points. And look at this low. Okay, that's really down here, 5.09. That's a huge move. That's 3 times that number. But let's just go from trigger to trigger. Okay, so you see these ranges? Look at these ranges. So we'll come over here, we'll get a box, we'll draw these ranges. You had this opportunity to capture profits, and you had this opportunity here to capture profits, and you had this opportunity here all the way up to this high to capture profits. And you had this opportunity here, shrink it back down, to capture profits. Okay. Now, this was a little messed up here, little rotation and trend. We had this little downward trend here as well. This is a secondary trigger. My mistake. This is a secondary trigger. No, that's a primary because we were long. So you have this long here. We do this from the open here to the loss here. That's minus 0.65. So we'll come up here, minus. So there's our one little loser. Okay. And again, these tools are available, but only to my subscribers. Okay. And my intraday algos. So come over here. You want to see something else? Take a look at these intraday algos. Okay. So these have been running now on SPY 60-minute. We've been long since 6:24 at 6 in the morning. The 41 hours of trading, basically 2.5 days or a day and a half. We've got a solid 1% profit. That's, you do the math here. Just move it to 1%. Divide by 100 will be 6 points. You've got a 6.5 point or 6.05% profit on the trade. Here on XLK, we're long for 41 hours. You've hit both targets. You're up almost 2.63%. Here's short in VIX from 6:24 at 4 a.m. You have 11% target in the trade. Here's a short on XLP, currently flat. It's only 3 hours into the trade. Long at XLC, up 1.55%. Again, guys, take a look at these numbers, okay? We're at 104.75. Our stop's now at break even, a little above. We've hit our first target, which again would give you 40-50% over 20 hours. That's again about a day and a half. These are swing trades. These are 60-minute. I could show you the 5 minutes. Now we're at the end of the day here, 4 minutes to go, but come over here to the 5 minutes, and here you go. QQQ has been in a trade since this morning at about noon Eastern time. We've hit both targets. We're up 0.23%. You do the math, okay? We've gone up from 545.19 to 546.13 or higher. We've hit these targets. That's a full dollar move in the SPY. On 0-day options, you tell me. What is that, 100, 130%, maybe 80%? Okay, there it is. Got a new trade here, XLU at the end of the day. Really hasn't done much yet. We have a trade here, SPY, from this morning at 10:25. We're up 0.36%. We got in at 609.72. We're currently at 611 and change, 612, 20 something. We're up 0.36%. You picked up, do the math real quick, $2.50 on this trade. 0-day options, setting up a beautiful little trade for you. I don't know, guys. That's like 130, maybe 200% right there on one little algo trade. And again, you come back over here and you look at the algo setting up a big, beautiful upward trend with the proprietary indicators. Kind of hard to miss this. It really is. You have an algo telling you over here, you got a great long setup. You got the proprietary modeling systems setting up with a long trigger. I mean, come on, guys. It's not that hard. Now, lastly, IWM from today, late in the day, again, 626 at 1400. That's only the last hour or so. Okay, been 11, well, 5 minutes, yeah, about an hour. And look, we've already hit both targets. IWM is going straight up pretty much. And here, XLY, 43 5-minute bars. This is from 12 noon. This is do the math. That's about, 3 hours. And you're up 0.38%. Again, pretty simple, guys. Okay, the whole point is that when I'm giving you these research videos and I'm telling you about what's likely to happen, I'll come back over here. When I'm going through these research videos and I'm talking to you about the SPY cycle patterns, I'm talking to you guys about this daily. I'm highlighting what the counter trend rally mode is in bullish explosive trending. I'm showing you the excess phase peak pattern continuing to trend, telling you that we're in an uptrend and that we're in speculative buying. Okay, I am not trying to tell you what the market's going to do every 5 or 4 or 10 minutes. Okay, what I'm trying to do is give you these keys, and sometimes these patterns have been very, very accurate. Sometimes they're not. But again, what you are missing is the proprietary tools and the algos that I run for my subscribers, and these are invaluable. I mean, I cannot tell you, if you're a day trader and you want to see what real power looks like, come over here and take a look at some tools. Because what I'm showing you here with these charts, and the cycle patterns is only about 1/10 of what I actually do. Okay, so with all these questions, with all these comments and questions, oh, terrible strategy. You're wrong. You're not wrong. Thank you, Dr. Wright. Now I feel if I do the opposite of what you call for, I'll do all right. Like I said, guys, I'm giving you daily swing patterns. Okay, they can happen. It's a big, broad market move. When I'm trying to predict 3, 4, 5 days in advance or more, like I do here, again, I challenge anybody to try to predict price patterns a year or 2 months or 5 patterns in advance. Okay, you think you can do it? You think you can do it accurately? Go for it. Give it a shot. Okay, but the reality is this is a broad scoping trend of what I believe will likely take place. This is right here the proprietary tools I use to trade in the market and my subscribers use to trade in the market. And these are the proprietary algos that I use for confirmation. So, for example, SPY has been long for 65 5 minute bars. Okay, great. I want to come over here and look at the 15 minute, and I want to find the SPY long as well. Hey, there you go. Already caught a nice big move here. Now I want to look at the 60 minute, hopefully see it carry into the 60 minute. 60 minutes been long for 5 days or 2 days. So the long trades are right there. They're just telling me that the 60 minutes long. Let's see the daily. Daily is not long yet. That's fine. Daily, lots of momentum to the upside, but no long. The 60 minute is what I rely on next. That tells me that we've been long for days. We've already hit our first target. Our second target is 618.13. We're looking for a good solid rally here, guys. Big thrust number. Thrust numbers in the 90s are very powerful. 60s, 70s, very powerful. Anything really above 30 is very powerful to the upside. 18's strong, but not anything to take action on. This is where you want to see the thrust pattern move up into the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So you see back over here, we're at the end of the day. Let's see if we have any weakness. 5 minute, not really. In any of the open trades, no real weakness. VIX is weaker. That's a negative number. Here, minus 29, IWM. That's a pullback happening. We still have a ranking of 2, which think of these as degrees in slope. This means it's moving up at about a 20-degree upward slope. And this means our last change was 4. So it moved from a minus 2 to a 2, indicating a 20-degree upward slope. We would hope to see this continue to move higher. So again, I'm not trying to be defensive. I'm not trying to you know, browbeat anybody or, anything. What I'm trying to do is show you that, you guys, you have to be able to use your intraday skills. The cycle patterns themselves are like, think of it like guides. It's like you want to go from LA to Las Vegas. You know you want to get on the 15 freeway and head east. No big deal. Okay? But along the way, you don't know what you're going to run into, accidents, storms, whatever, don't know. So what you do is you come back over here, and this is your, GPS telling you what to do, what to expect, and where markets are rolling. This is your secondary trigger mechanism showing you where opportunities are setting up, like this little 5 minute XLU. Okay. 5 minute XLU trade just got into a trade right before the close. So we come over here, we type in XLU. I can't show you the proprietary stuff, but I can pretty much guarantee you that we probably got a long trigger right over here somewhere, probably right about there with my proprietary stuff. So when you have access to my proprietary indicators and you have access to my algos and you have a very solid trade setup, you can get in some really great trades every day, every couple days. Just a matter of, do you have access to these or not? Remember, the cycle patterns are nothing more than broad daily, expectations. And again, they can be wrong, just like any other trading system. But if you're day trading, you want to swing trade on a 5 minute, 2 minute, whatever basis, then like I said, you kind of need to come in here and you kind of need to start considering these broader tools to give you access to more reliable intraday trade triggers and setups. It's the bottom line. Okay, guys, again, I will keep you updated. Remember, next week, I'm going to stop giving out the SPY cycle patterns. I have a doctor's appointment early Monday morning. I might get that video out. I'm going through a little procedure, no big deal. But I'm going to basically, because, I'm getting comments and people are It doesn't seem like my videos, my cycle patterns are really helping a lot of people. In fact, it might be causing some issues. So I'm going to go back to hindsight analysis. I'll still show you the cycle patterns, but we'll be looking at them every Friday, Saturday, and look at the last week to see what happened instead of showing you what's coming next. Okay, guys, talk to you later.